Yes. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Good morning to all of you. Some transfer updates for you this morning. We're going to tell you what the media is saying and then, of course, give you our view and opinion on it. But really, as ever, just be that sounding board for you fans when we read these stories and headlines. What's going on? What's happening? What does it really mean? We're going to do our best to give you our take on it and, of course, give you that platform that not very many places do where you can freely express your own opinions on what's happening. But to do me a favor, first of all, hit the like button, share button, retweet buttons. Very important for us. If you are a subscriber, please hit the bell notification button so you know when we go live, you know when we've uploaded new content. It's really important to us that gets done. We're going to talk Jadon Sancho first. We're going to start with Jack Grealish. The Jack Grealish one's real interesting for me. I love the Jack Grealish story that I was reading today because it's so expected. It's so expected for this to be what's said. And we'll put the story up on the screen here that I was reading this morning. Let me focus in a little more so we can read that a bit easier. There we go. It says Jack Grealish's agent has denied claims that the Aston Villa captain has already agreed a deal to join Manchester United. He said the former Villa boss claimed last week that the deal was done to take Grealish to Old Trafford, blah, blah, blah. He said the Standard Sport understands that while the club still regard Borussia Dortmund's Jadon Sancho as their number one target, they are also interested in signing the Villa star. But Jonathan Bennett has denied Sherwood's claims that the deal has been agreed, insisting that his client is fully focused on Aston Villa in the Premier League. He says absolutely no deal has been done by anyone. It's what he told Stretty News. Now, I know Stretty News. I know Dow there pretty well. Real good Man United platform. His actual words were, I don't think Villa are looking at the Championship themselves. They believe they are. Hopefully, they'll get out of this, the trouble they're in. Jack believes it. He's fighting hard. It's hard, as hard as it is, as hard as he can to stop that. And that's all that's on his mind at the moment. He's not interested in anything else other than fighting for Villa out of any trouble. Now, what I would say about this story when it comes to Jackie Grealish is this. It's expected. It is absolutely expected that the agent would come out and confirm this. Very unlikely. Most agents don't go and do a bit of a Mino Raiola and just say, yeah, we're in conversation with other people. It's called PR, ladies and gentlemen. If Jack Grealish doesn't get his move this summer, but now during these really troubling times for Villa, they expressed that he's talking to Manchester United. He's thinking about Manchester United. He's looking for a move away. His credibility with the Villa fans at the very least gets tarnished, if not completely destroyed. How then, if the deal falls through for whatever reason, does he go back there next year and act like, yeah, this is the place I want to be? It's hard to spin. We've seen the likes of Griezmann. I remember Martial doing this at Manchester United, talking about how much he loves the fans and respects the clubs and he's focused. But he did have his agent looking for alternatives. Now, there was mitigating circumstances. There was reasons for that. We understood it. But the point being, Martial did the right thing. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go about this in the Wayne Rooney way, where it becomes a public problem. So if you're a United fan that really wants Jackie Grealish, I wouldn't be concerned at all about this news that the agent has said there's no deal. They're never going to confirm that there is a deal. Never, ever in a month of Sundays was that ever going to happen. So chill, basically. Is what I'm saying. Someone here says Grealish isn't as good as Traore. Listen, so I don't get what your point is. Man United don't need. If United sign Sancho, we don't need a Traore. We don't need him. What we need is a Jackie Grealish or a Van der Beek. Van der Beek would be my number one preference. But yeah, it's along those lines. Lord Gooner here says, Terry, mate, give up, mate. About what? What would I give up on? Imagine me giving up. I never give up. The least I'll do is go in a different direction. But I'm never going to give up. It's not going to happen. I know that a lot of people are watching the Europa League draw that's coming out this morning. Do you know what? I don't like draws like that. No disrespect to the Europa League. There isn't anything left in the there's nothing exciting about it. If it's a Champions League draw, I'll be covering it. There's no none of it excites me. I'll be excited about the games, but I'm not excited about the draw on that. Give up on Sancho. We're going to jump on the Jadon Sancho now. Do you know what's crazy? So I was reading this morning that Dortmund are now prepared to lower that. It came out yesterday that they're willing to lower their price. Around £90 million is where they'd be willing to drop to. Man United is still supposedly pushing out this reluctancy to spend above 60 to 70 million on any one individual. I still think that's cannon fodder. I know that United have lost money, like everybody during the pandemic. It's just them trying to push things down. It says here that Sancho has reportedly already agreed personal terms with Manchester United, meaning the transfer is likely to go through swiftly if a fee can be agreed by all parties. Dortmund have already earmarked a couple of possible replacements should Sancho depart. That's also the other element to this as well. That's what I want to speak about today. We know that Jadon wants Man United. Yeah, every couple of days now, you're seeing the price shaved off of what Dortmund want. I think we'll eventually come to that the round number that Fabrizio Romano spoke about a few weeks back, where he said that he thinks it'll be about £90 million, and I think that's where Man United will get to. What will also force Man United's hand, and if we can have any kind of, if I was Woodward, what I would do now is I would look to force Dortmund's hand by saying, right, who are Dortmund's number 1, number 2, number 3 targets to replace Jadon Sancho? What I would then do is try to help, whether you sell a complete and utter dud or not, I would try and get other clubs interested. I would try and leak stories to the media that other clubs are interested in that player. You know, I would chat to a friend. I'd get somebody involved. And I don't know quite how you would do this because I'm not in that world, but somebody from another club to show some interest in one or two of their targets, just to get Dortmund thinking, oh, hang on a minute. I know we're holding out for the 100 million plus for Sancho, but our targets are now being looked at by someone else. You know, there's sharks circling around our prey for our next target. We're busy holding on to this guy. We're going to lose anyway. Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. It's like, well, we need to go get that guy. Maybe we now need to make that deal. And that's what I love. Genuinely, that is what I love about the transfer market, is the domino effect and everything else that surrounds it. I think I find it so exciting. I genuinely find it very, very exciting indeed. I really, really do. In case anyone's interested, the Champions League draw is live as it stands right now. I think they're making it. I've got it up in front of me, so I'll keep you abreast of what's being said there. Do me a favor, please, though. Hit the like and share button for us. It's really important to the channel and platform that we get that done. So Kai Havertz confirmed. Kai Havertz is not confirmed yet. Slow yourselves down. That hasn't happened just yet. It will happen most likely, but it hasn't happened just yet. So slow your roll on that one. Let's do a few more comments here. We will need someone to replace Mata if he departs at the end of the season. Grealish would be a fantastic signing. Yeah, listen, we spoke about it on the fan cams last night, and I think Flawless gets it absolutely spot on. We're 5 players away, really, and that's a couple of first teamers, and then strengthening our bench. And I think that's where United need to go. And if you take out, I'm not even worried at the moment about the Smallings and the Phil Joneses. These guys, they're not on our bench. You know, they're only on the bench if we get injuries. I sort of feel like Smalling, Jones, Rojo, Sanchez, Pereira, Lingard, Mata, those 7, and I might be missing someone. Those 7 are the ones where I think if all 7 of them left this year, because some of them are not there now, so it wouldn't be like a complete overhaul. If they all went, we'd raise a fair bit of money, and then we'd have a great opportunity to turn around and invest. If you then promote a couple more youngsters, maybe 2 or 3 more youngsters, and then buy 4 players, in the money. Absolutely in the money. Champions League semi-final, quarterfinals draw has been made. Real Madrid or Man City will play. Wow, what a draw for Man City. They'll either play Lyon or Juventus. It will be Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid. It'll be Napoli or Barcelona versus Chelsea or Bayern Munich. And then it'll be Atalanta versus Paris Saint-Germain. So that's an interesting one for me in relation to that. Oh, is the semi-finals here as well? Obviously, we kind of know who's going through. It's an interesting one, yeah. I wonder how Timo Werner would feel. I wonder how Timo Werner would feel if Leipzig go on to win the Champions League. Just out of interest, I would love to know what would go through his head. Terry looking like the East End Stone Cold Steve Austin. I appreciate that, my bro. I'll take that as a compliment, to be fair. Terry, have you seen the Champions League draw? I've kind of got it up in front of me. I haven't seen the full draw because they're doing the quarterfinals and semifinals today, aren't they? Okay, so the semi-final draw is out. So the semi-final will be, well, the possible teams in one semi-final is Bayern Munich, Barca, Napoli, Juve, City, or Madrid. The other side, see what an opportunity Leipzig have got to get to a final. I know they've got to get past Atletico, and Atletico are going to be difficult. But if they beat Atletico, they'll either have PSG, who are serial bottlers, or Atletico. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain have got a great opportunity to get to a final this year. I mean, that's the interesting one for me. All the bigger teams, I know Atletico are good. I know they are. But Paris Saint-Germain should be favourites on their side of this draw. Paris Saint-Germain should be in the final. And I think Man City will get there as well. I'm going to predict here a Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City final is what I'm personally going to go with there. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate that, mate. We'll do our best. We'll do our absolute best to keep the work up. Had the Europa League draw been made, or is that not today? I don't know if I don't know why I think it's today. Maybe I've read that somewhere and got it wrong. Not particularly sure. But there we go. You're forgetting Bayern Munich, Terry. Yeah, I'm not forgetting Bayern Munich. I just think Man City will get to the final. Why do people do that? I'm giving you my opinion. That's what I think. It doesn't mean I'm disrespecting anyone. It just means this is what I think is going to happen. Everyone has to respect Terry's work rate. 4-hour stream last night, and he's still out here. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Do you know what's mad about it as well? I'm going to break. I streamed the video down last night. What I am going to try and do this evening and tomorrow is break out some of those individual points and topics and get them out there. But Matteo here says, hi, Terry. Always tune into this channel. I've been here for a while. Is there any chance I could be a mod? Do you know what? We will add some more mod. We had to take moderators away yesterday because I went into the block list and there were so many of our users, good people that have watched this channel for 5-6 years that were blocked. And I can't see what they've done wrong. It's probably you guys. What I don't want moderators doing is if you get into a row with somebody, you can't just block someone. The only things that get people blocked are spam and like direct sexism or racism. Other than those two things, if it's an opinion you don't like, I don't want anyone blocking anything. But we'll have a review of that soon, mate, and get that done. Oh, it's a 12 o'clock draw for the Europa League. Fair enough. Makes perfect sense to me. But yeah, in relation to these stories today, the Jack Grealish deal, if you're someone who's really eager on Grealish, don't worry and think, oh, he's not coming now because his agent's confirmed it. It's not that at all. Equally, if you don't want Grealish and you're now celebrating he's not coming, don't do that to yourself either because it's pure PR. On the Jadon Sancho situation, again, it's just they're drawing up plans. They're openly speaking about going into the market, Dortmund. They're doing their business. Man United here could play a blinder. Get, help clubs. Listen, work out who the intermediaries are. Who are buying? Find out who Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund are actually looking for, and then start talking to some of the clubs at their level you're friends with that you're helping out. Maybe a Premier League club who is looking for a right-sided attacker. I'll be like, listen, we found this guy. He's not right for us, but he'd be brilliant for you. I do that all the time. If I interview 3 people for a job and I find 3 great candidates, but only one of them I can take on, I won't ever recommend them to a competitor. And what I mean by that is in the Premier League, Man United only really have 4 or 5 genuine competitors. So what I would then do is there could be another company that needs someone in commercial, someone in BA, somebody in marketing, and I'll ring them up and I'll still help them to try and find a job. If I can stop one of these really good, talented people from joining one of my main competitors, I will do that. Now, this situation is slightly different. You want Dortmund to then feel the pressure. And in that same scenario, oh, look, I'm just going to throw a name out. Everton are now looking at this player and they're going to offer him big money. Tottenham are now looking at this player. They're going to offer him big money. Maybe we wouldn't help Tottenham, but it's an example. They're a much, much smaller team than United. It might force Dortmund's hand in chasing him, meaning they've got to sell Jadon Sancho. Just them business tactics, bro. Got to have them. Got to have them. As a Chelsea fan, I have to say Mason Greenwood is class for United. What a talent he is. Bro, I appreciate that. He is just out of this world. He's truly, truly, truly out of this world. I can't believe how good he is. Yeah. By the way, there's a guy, JR, he just DM'd me. You're not blocked. I know for a fact you're not blocked from the chat. I know you're not blocked from the chat because there's no one blocked from the chat. There's only one person that's blocked, and it's not you. So there we go. But yeah, I put this tweet out this morning regarding Mason Greenwood, and I stand by it. I don't even care if it annoys people. Stand by it 100%. I'm going to put it up on my screen now. Let me zoom in a bit more on this so you can see it. Got to be done. Got to be done. He is like Mason Greenwood is so special. He is so special. He really, really is. And I know it upsets quite a few people when when Man United fans say this and whatnot. But trust me when I tell you, like, he is genuinely top notch, and it's scary the levels he's going to achieve. Next season, as long as the football's good. Next season, the boy's scoring 25 goals in all competitions as a bare minimum. He's just electric. And I think now, generally speaking, if you give him half a yard of space to unleash a shot, what he has the ability to do, you get some players like Michael Owens and Robbie Fowler's, Van Nistelrooy's, Henry's, where they place the ball with such precision. What this guy has, he has the ability to place the ball with precision, but also hit the ball with so much speed and velocity and acceleration that it makes it impossible to stop. And the boy's 18, man. The boy's 18. Yeah, absolute phenom. And look, do I really think he's better than Kylian Mbappe? No, it's a little bit of banter. People that fall for it. But this is the thing, right? If I was to say, I'm going to throw out another striker. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I say Tammy's as good as Mbappe, nobody would take it seriously because there's just no way. The reason saying Greenwood is as good or better than Mbappe annoys people is because people know in the next 18 months he could become better than Kylian Mbappe. People know that he could become that guy. They know, everyone can see how good he is. Everyone can see the same as we can see how good Saka is at Arsenal. The same as we could all see how good Kylian Mbappe was. And this is the thing, right? Mason Greenwood was at Dortmund right now, at Madrid right now, at PSG right now, doing this same very thing, every top six side in England would want him and would rate him. It's only because he's a Man United player. Mason Greenwood is the very best teenager in the world, point blank. And listen, I hope it happens. I hope it becomes the best, because the people that will benefit from that are Manchester United. But listen, everyone who's tuned in, as ever, a big, big thank you. Back later on today with more content. I'm not too sure what we're going to cover today. We've done some previews this week. We're probably going to get more of the boys on, have a few debates. We're probably going to do a bit of a Mason Greenwood special, really, because I want to discuss it. I want to talk about it in more detail. But until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.